I poured my entire life savings, a small fortune, into my daughter's dream wedding. So what did I get for it? A phone call, just a week before she was supposed to walk down the aisle, telling me I wasn't invited anymore. She said it would be better for everyone. I felt like a human ATM, used up and discarded the second the money dried up. So I did the only thing a heartbroken and disrespected father could do. I took it all back. Every single penny. From the moment my daughter, Chloe, was born, I promised myself I'd do right by her. As a single father, I worked long hours, sacrificed nights and weekends, and saved every dollar I could just to give her the best. We weren't rich, but she never felt like she went without. We were a team, and that bond meant everything to me. I still remember when she was little. We'd sit in the living room, and she'd watch wedding movies, talking endlessly about the dress she wanted, the venue she liked, how she hoped her special day would be like a fairy tale. I promised her then and there, one day, kiddo, I'll make sure you have the wedding of your dreams. I opened a special account called Chloe's Wedding Fund and kept putting money in, piece by piece, every chance I got. Overtime shifts, bonuses, side jobs, I put it all into that account. So when she announced she was engaged to Liam, I was genuinely happy for her. He came across as a decent guy, and I felt proud. The first thing I did was sit her down and tell her about the wedding fund. I've been saving this for you for years, I said. You can have the wedding you've always wanted. I'll never forget how her eyes lit up as she hugged me. That moment felt worth every sacrifice. Then came the planning. Chloe had expensive taste, the kind you'd only see in magazines. The venue she picked was a beautiful historic estate, the dress was designer, and she wanted a 7-course menu with flowers that would fill an entire room. The fund I'd saved started to dwindle quickly, and when it ran out, I started pulling from my retirement. It's worth it, I kept telling myself. This is for her special day. This is what fathers do for their little girls. But as the wedding planning progressed, things started to shift. Suddenly, my voice didn't matter anymore. Chloe's future mother-in-law started acting like she owned the place. The color of the bridesmaids' dresses was wrong. The music I'd suggested was tacky. Even the suit I picked for myself was called unsuitable for the occasion. Somehow, despite footing the entire bill, I was being treated like a guest, or worse, an inconvenience. Each time I tried to voice an opinion, Chloe brushed it off. "Dad, she just has a different perspective, or we just want things to be perfect," she'd say. And every word felt like another reminder that I was no longer a parent making this possible, but an obstacle that needed to be silenced. Then came the call, 8 days before the wedding. Chloe sounded tense. Distant. I thought maybe a vendor had messed up. Instead, she said the words that would haunt me for a long time. "Dad, we've been talking. And we think it would be better if you didn't come to the wedding." I was too shocked to respond. "Better? Better for who?" I asked. She gave a shaky sigh and offered a jumble of excuses, saying that my presence would be stressful, referring to a small disagreement we'd had weeks ago about the seating chart, and claiming that I was making the wedding about myself. The very wedding I was paying for. The very wedding I'd sacrificed for. The very wedding I'd promised her. My voice felt like it belonged to someone else when I finally asked, "Are you saying I'm uninvited?" Her reply came like a hammer. "It's just one day, Dad. We can celebrate later." And then she hung up. I sat there for hours, holding a silent phone, unable to comprehend how quickly a lifetime of sacrifice had been thrown aside. The heartbreak felt like a slow knife twisting deeper and deeper. I had worked for this moment, saved for this moment, built my whole life around making sure she had this moment. And now, I was being discarded like I didn't matter at all. That night, I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. All I felt was this growing anger that bubbled up from the depths of betrayal. Slowly, heartbreak hardened into resolve. If I wasn't welcome at the wedding I was paying for, then neither was my money. The next morning, I acted. Calmly. Methodically. I opened my laptop, pulled up the wedding folder where every contract and contact was saved, and started making calls. First was the venue. "I'm calling to cancel the wedding for Chloe and Liam," I said. The events manager was shocked. "Sir, the deposit is non-refundable." I smiled grimly. "That's fine. Do it. As the person listed on the contract, I'm exercising my right to cancel." Then came the caterer. The florist. The photographer. The band. The custom car. The dress deposit. The hotel block. Everything was stripped down piece by piece until what had been a beautiful wedding was reduced to a stack of cancelled invoices. I was polite, calm, and to the point. I didn't owe any of them an explanation beyond my signature. With every call I made, I felt a strange sense of release. The heartbreak was still there, very deep, but it felt like for once I was standing up for myself. This wasn't about destroying my daughter's big day. This was about reclaiming my dignity. I didn't call her. I didn't call Liam. I didn't call anyone. I just let the silence do the talking. Let reality sink in when the dominoes started to fall. 2 days later, the phone calls came. Chloe was hysterical. The texts started pouring in. How could you do this? We can fix this, Dad. Please call me. Liam tried threatening legal action. Good luck trying to sue me for canceling a party I was paying for, I said calmly before blocking him. Then came the relatives, some siding with Chloe, saying I had gone too far, others telling me she'd made her bed and had to lie in it. The whole situation became a family circus. But the question still lingers, what would you have done? Was I too harsh? Or was this the only way for a father to stand up and claim some respect? Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. At the end of the day, I made myself a cup of coffee, sat down in the quiet of my living room, and felt free. Heartbroken, yes, but free. This was never just about the money. It was about respect. It was about teaching my daughter that a father's love can be deep and abiding, but it can also have boundaries. I gave her everything I had, my time, my sacrifice, my money, and my heart. And when she discarded it all for a moment of convenience, I chose to draw a line. Not out of cruelty, but out of a desperate need to reclaim some piece of myself. I hate how it ended. But I don't regret it. Sometimes being a parent means making hard choices. Sometimes it means teaching lessons you never thought you'd have to teach. And sometimes it means choosing your own dignity, even when it hurts. I was a father who gave it all. But I refused to pay for my own humiliation.